All right, what we're going to talk about now is polar coordinates. Which are set up in the following way. It's a way of describing the points in the plane. Here's a point in the plane, and here's what we think of as the usual xy axes. And now this point is going to be described by a different pair of coordinates, different pair of numbers, namely the distance to the origin, and the second parameter here, second number here, is this angle theta, which is the angle of ray from origin with the horizontal axis. So that's what it is in language, and you should put this in quotation marks because it's not a perfect match. All right? This is geometrically what you should always think of, but the technical details involve dealing directly with the formulas. The first formula is the formula for x, and this is the fundamental. These two are the fundamental ones. Namely, x is r cosine theta. The second formula is the formula for y, which is r sine theta. So these are the unambiguous definitions of polar coordinates. This is it. And this is the thing from which all other almost correct statements almost follow. But this is the one you should trust always. This is the unambiguous statement. All right, so let me give you an example of something that's close to being a good formula, and is certainly useful in its way. Namely, you can think of r as being the square root of x squared plus y squared. All right, that's easy enough to derive. It's the distance to the origin. That's pretty obvious. And the formula for theta, which you can also derive, which is that it's the inverse tangent of y divided by x. However, let me just warn you that these formulas are slightly ambiguous. So somewhat ambiguous. In other words, you can't just apply them blindly. You actually have to look at a picture in order to get them right. In particular, r could be plus or minus here. And when you take the inverse tangent, there's an ambiguity between it's the same as the inverse tangent of minus y over minus x. So these minus signs are a plague on your existence. And you're not going to get a completely unambiguous answer out of these formulas without paying attention to the diagram. On the other hand, the formula up in the box there always works.